Thunderbolts. Wow. Yeah. My name's Gia, by the way, in case you didn't. Over the last couple of years, I'd say, the Marvel Universe hasn't been too great. It's been low in quality, more quantity, and the MCU fans are not happy. They haven't been happy for a while. Now, sure, there's a couple of good projects, Spider-Man Far From Home, Guardians 3. I have my notes here. You see, when I was writing my notes, though, I went to a blank because I was like, what are the last few good projects? There's Loki, there's WandaVision. A lot of people liked Deadpool and Wolverine, but I actually didn't see that movie when it came out. I saw it like a few days ago, and then I was like, it's fine. But, whatever. Not the point. The point is I saw Thunderbolts, and I saw it the day it came out. I haven't seen a Marvel movie the day it came out since, maybe the last Spider-Man movie. And that's a shame, because back in 2018, 2019, I was obsessed with Marvel and the characters, and I miss those characters. To care about those characters. Those characters make you care about them. You want to see them win. I want to see them win. And these last few years, I can only think of so many characters that I care about. Who do I care about in the last couple of years? Loki, Moon Knight. I really liked Moon Knight. Spider-Man, of course. But, you get my point, right? Characters, storytelling. Let me point out something. Okay, there's 20-something, 30-something projects in the last 5 years. Half of them are movies and shows, and then half of them are shows, half of them are movies. I'm going to read you the list of what I haven't seen. The Marvels, Captain America 4, What If, Hawkeye, Miss Marvel, She-Hulk, Secret Invasion, Echo, Agatha All Along, and Daredevil Born Again. Now, I like Daredevil, but I've heard it's decent. The new show, I heard it's decent, but I'm not really you know what I mean? I don't know. A lot of people like it. And he's a cool character, don't get me wrong. And I'm sure everything else I just listed, they're okay. I don't know. I have no desire to see Secret Invasion. I have no desire to see the Marvels. I don't know. Okay, an article came out recently that what was it, Kevin Feige? Or somebody, I think it was him. Watching all these shows and movies started feeling homework, and I'm like, yeah. It does feel like homework, and I haven't seen that list of things. And I'm not even talking about the projects that I did see that weren't that great. Doctor Strange 2 was fine. Ant-Man sucked. I just don't really care to see those things. Maybe Hawkeye, maybe Daredevil, but overall I don't really care to see. And so when the Thunderbolts trailer started coming out, a couple months ago or whatever, I just got a feeling. I was I feel something. Something feels promising. The trailers feel promising. I was right. It not only, I don't know, why would I feel good expectations for this movie when nothing has solidified Marvel again? Some people are oh, Marvel's so back, Marvel's trash, Marvel's back, and I'm I think it's been all bad. No, wait, not all bad. Just that so much of it feels bad that it's all mushed together that it does feel bad. Don't get me wrong, I really liked Moon Knight, and, as much as I liked the last Spider-Man movie, a lot of it is nostalgia, which is great, but you get my point, right? I was getting excited for Marvel again. And I was literally I have to see this movie the day it comes out. I started, those early reviews, special screenings right before the movie actually released, and they were actually positive. So I was I have to see it opening day. I don't want to get spoiled. Oh, and now I'm going to talk about spoilers. Because, oh my god, I'm so glad I didn't get spoiled. Because as you all know, they just revealed the title, The New Avengers. They just revealed it. 3 days after. I'm what about the people that haven't gotten to see it yet? I'm okay. Anyway, drumroll. It was good. Thunderbolts was so good. It brought back my excitement. brought me joy. And I came out of that theater smiling. I was smiling. I want to see it again. I need to see it again. I've only seen it once, a couple days ago. And as time has gone on, I'm like, oh, I really like it. I really like it. Because it's finally a solid, grounded story. And not only is it a good plot, the characters, these characters are nobodies. No offense, like, except for Bucky, of course. Of course not Bucky, but, like, everybody else, why would I care? I mean, you know, I saw Falcon and Winter Soldier, so I know about John Walker. I saw Black Widow, Taskmaster. Anyway, back to her. By the way, that movie was kind of forgettable for me. So there's Red Guardian, Yelena, why do I care? And then there's Ghost. You know, I really liked Ant-Man and the Wasp, but, like, Ghost? I didn't really care about her either. And the movie managed to make me care. I haven't cared about Marvel in years. Oh, except Guardians 3. Ooh, that movie's good. But you get my point. Like, I haven't really felt something about Marvel until now. Because recently, before Thunderbolts came out, I've been rewatching the first 3 phases. Because I missed it. I missed the build-up over 10 years to where they encounter Thanos, and I miss that. The character building, the movie after movie where they're all connected, and it was just, it's perfection. I miss that. I miss Tony a lot. Oh, don't get me started. Don't get me started with him, Robert Downey Jr., coming back as Doom. Don't get me started. I'm really getting sidetracked here. What was I talking about? Thunderbolts. The characters. They got me to care. Who knew? Who knew that was possible in the MCU anymore? Okay, that's an exaggeration, but let me start off with the characters, because the characters make this movie, right? That's why I like it so much. That's what makes something good. The people. It's so cheesy, but it's literally true. It's the characters. Florence Pugh is amazing. I know a lot of people are saying that. She makes this movie feel... wait, what? No. She feels like a real person. Yelena, her character, feels like a real person. You get to know her, get to care about her. And I've heard some people say, like, they like Yelena more than they ever liked Natasha, which is kind of shocking. But honestly, I like Natasha, don't get me wrong. And there's something valid. Like, Yelena is a more thought-out character than Black Widow, which is a shame. I mean, just the fact that her movie was made after she died is really sucky. But anyway, yeah, Florence Pugh as Yelena is great. She feels like a person with struggles and flaws. She's great. The MCU has been missing characters that feel real. Like, humans in superhero roles. You want to be reminded that they are human. That they are not just invincible like some characters I can think of. Moving on. John Walker is a really interesting example of somebody who was poorly received in the Falcon and Winter Soldier. But now, why do I kind of get it? Like he's likable? I don't know. Like, I want to see more of him. He's a complex character, even more complicated than Cap ever was. Nobody's replacing Cap, but do you get my point? Like, they're complex, and John Walker is a great character of somebody who was, like, kind of hated, and then he's kind of liked now. That's good storytelling and good character writing. Even just, like, so in the movie, when he accidentally touches Bob, he sees a vision, a memory of a really dark time. You know, he's looking at his phone, and he's with his son, and he's just distracted. And his wife, you know, comes in. And then when he snaps out of that vision or whatever, he's looking over the edge in the elevator shaft, and it's like, whoa. It's like, okay, they went there. That's dark. That's some dark stuff. It's just a good example of writing and his depth of character. Okay. I think you know who I'm going to talk about right now. Bob. Oh, Bob. You know, okay, he stole the show. I mean, he stole the show. I know some people say Yelena was like the show stealer, but Bob. You know, you can't help not loving the I can't even speak right now. He's a character that the MCU has been missing. I mean, I don't even know how to put it into words. He's really likable. He's shy, but like he wants to let people in, but he's lonely. He has a void within him, and that becomes a little physical thing that comes to life. And the way his character was written, it just another complex character that you just instantly like. I mean, in the first scene, he's introduced as like, huh, who is he? I want to know more. The way he plays Sentry and Bob and the Void that's like 3 different characters right there, if you think about it. I mean, he's great. He's great. Sentry is such an all-powerful character. I mean, just the one fighting scene that he got in the movie. Oh my god. Oh my goodness. He's literally invincible. I can see it right now in Doomsday. He's going to be one of the few people that could actually go against Doom. I mean, am I wrong or am I wrong? Am I right or am I right? I don't know. I can just see it now. But then there's this balance of, okay, in the post-credit scene, he hasn't used Sentry or the Void in 14 months. I think it's 14 months. They're only going to use Bob, have him come out, until it's absolutely necessary. And that's my theory, though. I don't know if that will happen, but I would love to see that. I can't wait to see more of him. Red Guardian, he's really solid. He's the punching bag, laughing, funny dude guy. And he's great. I mean, David Harbour is a great actor. He's great at what he does. I've got no complaints there. He can be funny and he can be serious. Ava as Ghost. I think she's a good character, but we didn't see enough of her. I did notice that she explained, like, what happened to her. Like, she was in the cage, and she was phasing in and out. Like, she had to live in a cage a lot of her life. And it's like, okay, that's telling, but we don't really see what's in her head. Like, when they, let's say if Bob were to touch her by accident, and what would she see? What was one of her darkest moments? I think the movie needed that. I think the movie could have been 20 minutes longer, and that 20 minutes could have expanded on everybody. I mean, could have really expanded on her. Same for Red Guardian, too. He didn't get a Void memory, whatever. He could have used that, too. Anyway, Ava, I think the actress plays her well. I think she can be further developed, though. Okay. Taskmaster. I said spoilers, right? They did her so dirty. I'm not kidding. I wanted to start laughing in the theater, but I had to hold back. And I know it's so mean. Like, why would I laugh? She just got shot in the head. They really brought her into this movie only for her to get shot. I'm like, oh my god. It's too funny because she's in the trailers. They promote her everywhere. And then she gets killed within the first, 2 seconds of the movie. It was so funny. And I know some people like the character Taskmaster, but I really couldn't care. I don't remember Black Widow that well. I haven't seen it since it came out. Maybe that's me being a little... Okay, so I was rudely interrupted. My footage cut off, and then I was like, what is on my finger? It's probably ink pen. It looks so stupid. Anyway, I kind of have to retrace my thoughts because I kept filming and I got a little lost. So I got cut off talking about Taskmaster. Yeah, I was gonna say, I didn't really care for the Black Widow movie. I think some people like Taskmaster. Maybe I don't care. I don't care about her character, and that's why I found it funny that she got killed off. Sorry, I know it's fun. It was kind of funny though. Like, you kind of agree, maybe, unless you like the character. I'm sorry. Overall, I just really liked the themes of this movie. I like the Void Sentry like dynamic. It's like literally good versus evil in a way. I really like Bob. I think the Void, it's emptiness, it's loneliness, it's depression. It's done really well, and it's unexpected, and I think a lot of people really related to it. I mean, who hasn't felt one of those things before? Oh, and another thing is when Bob first appeared on scene, I was like, whoa, he looks really similar to Peter. I'm like, they could be siblings. I know there's no correlation there. They look alike. They really do look alike. I just thought I'd point that out because they kind of act alike too. It'd be cool if they interacted. I think they would actually get along really well. Oh, and Bucky. Bucky, how could I forget? Bucky, he's a solid character. I think his arc has really come a long way. He makes for a good leader, a solid person in this group. Yelena kind of feels like the leader. I think there was an official statement somewhere where Bucky's the leader, but Yelena is the heart. You know what I'm saying? Yelena's the heart, but Bucky's like the leader. I don't know. I think it's both of them. I think another thing is I would have liked to have seen his vision in the void. I think I don't know what the writers were thinking. Maybe, they didn't want to bother. But I think they should have gone there. I think the movie could have been 20 minutes longer. I would have loved if it was longer. But I don't know. They were just getting to the point. What am I doing with my hands? They were getting to the point. But again, it's like with Ava. I would have liked to see her version of the void. I just really like the dynamics of everybody. Just the scene where Bob is beating himself up, and then Yelena comes and hugs him, and it's like the power of friendship really did just save the day. You know what? If they can write it properly, I don't care if friendship saves the day every time. I think the characters make it the movie. They make the movie. I just love the scene where they all come together. It's cherry on top. Now, I'm going to get into some nitpicking. Just some things I noticed that were a bit off. Starting with Bob, as much as I love him. For example, at the top of the tower, he's talking with Valentina, and he's trying to use his powers, and he clearly is unsure. He's like, how do I do this? But then 5 minutes later, he knows how to use his powers. Like, the Thunderbolts come up to the top of the tower, and, he's revealed his sentry, and then he knows how to use his powers, then that's my point, is the pacing is a little off. I'm like, whoa, this is a bit fast. How did he know how to use his powers and fight at that? Like, how did he know how to fight too? But honestly, it doesn't really matter because I love him anyway, so I think just something to point out. But I think the movie could have, again, it could have been 20 minutes longer. We could have had a better passage of time. Maybe this could have been over a week. Everything feels like it's back to back to back. And so that's why I was a little thrown off when Bob Sentry knew how to use his powers. Also, don't be mad. I don't like the suit. I don't like the yellow. It doesn't look right. Please don't be mad. I know it's comic book accurate, but I don't think it looks right. The yellow is weird, and the blonde hair doesn't suit him. Maybe they'll fix that in future time. I don't know if that's really going to be his look as Sentry, but I don't love it aesthetically. I don't think it looks great. But, that's just me nitpicking. It's comic book accurate, but I think, I hope it changes a little bit. No big deal, but, please get rid of the blonde hair. And Another thing I'd like to mention is I feel like the team is a bit power imbalanced because Bucky, Red Guardian, and John are super soldiers. Yelena is a super spy assassin, but kind of the same as the other four. 3. A ghost can phase through things, and then Bob is a god. What, the power of 1,000 suns or something? Is that what it says in the comics? That's crazy. Literally a god. It's a little off. Maybe Bob makes up for the rest of them, but Sentry can only be used, and I feel like he can only be used in the most dire situations. Like I probably mentioned earlier, just like him going up against Doom, like Sentry's gonna be the last person, like the last line of defense, I feel like. Unless there's something in the comic books that Doom can easily do or stop Sentry, I don't know about. But I think, they don't want to risk bringing out the Void. So I don't know. Bob can only be used so much because bad things could happen. The Void can come back. But then we want to see Sentry. I want to see Sentry again with brown hair. But, I say there's a power imbalance just because, their powers feel a little bit jumbled together. A lot of them are fighters. And then 2 of them only actually have superpowers. But you know what? I think it's something to easily be looked over. I think they earned the name of the New Avengers. I don't know how people feel about it. I think it was earned. And I really like it. It made me smile. It brought back good feelings. And it made me excited for what's to come. I want to see the movie again. It just brought back those feelings of old MCU. And I think that's all the fans really want. That's what I want. Maybe I'm easily pleased that they're called the New Avengers. I was smiling. And I think they've done a great job with Thunderbolts. And I think Fantastic Four is going to be good too. I feel like they can't fail Fantastic Four. Like they have to make it good. They have to. If they want to revive the MCU for real. I feel like Thunderbolts really brought back the spark and the hope. I just want to see it again. I know I already said that. I just want to see it again. Anyways, that's all. And bye-bye.